Even
Everyone did it. Everyone on the scaffold did it. Fuck Youre.
Lightning Dasher, even with your big internet dick, your life still kind of sucks, it seems. Anyway, we're starting the recording, so everyone can join in.
Just say my life.
I'm gonna read you guys I Miss You by Silver Cloud. Sometimes all it takes is a letter to let them know. It's 4,000 words long and rated everyone. So, here we go. I Miss You by Silver Cloud. Dear Twilight Sparkle, I'm getting better at this letter thing now, aren't I? I think that's the first time I've ever written I've done the salutation correctly. That is what it's called, isn't it? Starfire's been helping me out with that kind of thing. She's way too smart for her age. Seriously, how did you teach her so much? Oh, and speaking of exactly that, I've got some news. Princess Celestia told us that she wants to personally tutor her. She's going to spend some time in Canterlot at the palace, but we can visit each other at any time. She will be keeping an eye on her, but I know that she'll be in good hopes with the princess. And I know you'd approve. You should have seen that filly's face when Celestia told us. She had the biggest smile I've ever seen in months. You'd be so proud if you were there. Anyways, I've got a few smaller bits of other news and the one important thing to say. It's something I've been needing to bring up for a while, but I just haven't had the courage before. I think I'm ready now, though. So, I've been flying with the Wonderbolts a few times now. They're just light training stuff, mostly just watching and copying the others' warm-up routines. I have to admit, I haven't been as awesomed out as I expected. It's still amazing, obviously, and I'm loving every minute of it. It's just that I thought that if I ever got to actually join, I'd be somehow even cooler than it is. I don't know exactly what I even mean. They've been great to me, and even when I start doing serious stuff, I'll still have loads of time to see every pony. And I said I won't have to do much publicity stuff I didn't want to. Considering what Soren said to me back when they asked me first, they've been so nice. Turns out Applejack was serious about sending Applebloom to Canterlot for that boarding school. I had a chat with Scoot, and when they told every pony, she was herself, of course, and she said she'd be fine. I could see she was upset though. I think she told me that she didn't need to go to any school anymore, and that she'd find a job somewhere. I told her that she was dumb, so I did a little talking to AJ and Rarity about the whole thing, and in the end, I made a choice that I think you would have. When I told Scoot that I was going to pay for her to go with her friends, I think she almost fainted. It was funny, but it felt really good. It made me happy to be able to help her, and Luna knows we can afford it. I think they're gonna have a great time together, and it makes such a difference. It's all three of them. Oh, and you wouldn't believe the latest gossip. I'm not really a big fan of this kind of thing, but it seems that Fluttershy and Rarity have gotten very close, if you know what I mean. To be honest, I'd never seen it coming, but I was talking to Pinkie Pie, and apparently she overheard them talking about it. It was hard to believe, but Pinkie's usually a pretty reliable source when she hasn't been made a Pinkie promise to keep a secret. They haven't told any pony yet, but they've been spending a lot of time together for a good while now, so I guess I shouldn't be so surprised if it's true. It seems so weird, but I guess sometimes you just don't know what's going on, do you? You're just going along with your life, minding your own business, and then suddenly something comes out of nowhere and knocks you off your hooves. I'm glad for them though. Nobody should be alone. I just got to do something about AJ and Rarity now, right? I don't think they'd really be into that kind of thing, but then again, I could be wrong. As unlikely as it may be, it has happened before. Anyway, this is that bit. The important thing I mentioned before, it's kind of hard to find the right words, but I hope you'll get the message. What we had together was amazing. Without doubt, you were the best thing ever happened to me. Better than 1,000 Sonic Rainbows. 1,000,000. If I had to choose between getting captain of the Wonderbolt and losing my wings, and then you'd have me to call me an earth pony. So as long as I got to see you again, there's nothing I wouldn't do to get you to have you back. But I know that it's not going to happen. So I will remember the good days. For the days we were together, I could tell you I could tell you to your face how much I cared for you, and I still care for you. I still think about you every day. I still feel you with me. I wish so much that I could hold you just once more, that I could show you how much I love you, and how much I always will. But I've been doing a lot of thinking recently, like a lot, and it made me realize that there's a few things about my life and what I, and about what I need to focus on now. It's not that I don't want to write you anymore. It's just that I think it's time I start to properly move on. It's going to hurt, but I know the worst of the pain is already over, and I'm only making it worse by not doing this sooner. So this will be the last letter I send to you. It's not easy to say or even write this, but it's past time. But it's past time I accepted that they're not coming back to me, no matter how much I wish for it. I'll never forget you or the times we had together, though. Never. I don't think I ever could if I tried. I really sincerely hope that you're happy, wherever you are. I love you, Twilight Sparkle. Now, and always. I miss you. Dear Twilight, I know I'm writing less and less now. The girls say they're worried about me. They say it's unhealthy to keep writing you. They're probably right, of course, but I don't know. I guess it's just tough trying to pretend that you've stopped caring, because you don't. Not ever. I know it hasn't been forever, right? But I just won't. I'm not going to stop, and I'm not going to forget. Like I always said, I don't love you for a day, or for a week, or for a month, a year, a decade. I will love you forever, until I draw my last breath, and longer if I have any say in the matter. Anyway, Princess Celestia seems to be more or less okay again. She started taking court again, and it's just a little warmer during the day. She visited Ponyville last week, and spent a while talking to Starfire. She wouldn't tell me what it was about, though. I guess I'll just have to wait and find out, although I don't really like it when ponies keep secret stuff from me. I guess I'm just as curious as you. I hope whatever they're talking about was good anyway. They were smiling a bit, so I'm not too worried about it being anything bad. Oh, Fluttershy is finally coming out of her cottage too, which is great. We've been trying to talk to her to other ponies for weeks now, and we started thinking she might be staying there forever. She's out now though, and I got to talk to her yesterday. We just chatted, not about anything really important. She told me how her birds had been getting on over the last little week, and I told her I mostly just listened. She's been spending a lot of time at Rarity's place recently, and I've heard them laughing a few times when I passed the boutique. Apparently, Rarity was the only one she talked to when she was hiding in her house, apart from the animals, of course, and only when nobody else was around. To tell the truth, I felt a little down. That she didn't trust in me too. I've known her the longest. Not cool. Really though, I'm just glad she seems to be doing alright now. AJ had a really good harvest this season, so she's had a few extra bits recently. I've helped her out a bit with the bucking. It was nice, just spending some time together. I think she wants to send Applebloom to some fancy boarding school in Canterlot that Sweetie Belle's going to as well. It sounds like it's been a big change, and not just for the girls. I'm not sure AJ really realizes how much she'll miss her sister when she goes to that place. Castleview or something like that. I don't know for definite since I don't hear its first hoof, but I am a little worried for Scootaloo if they go. She'll probably do okay for herself, but I think she'll miss them. Hopefully something will work out there for them. Pinkie Pie is still pretty crazy, same as always. Somehow she's managed to get herself stuck in a tree last week. Luckily there were a couple of Pegasi nearby who got her down, but when they did, she just kept babbling on about some chocolate sculpture, and eventually they just put her back up in the tree. It was pretty funny, but I don't think she was very happy by the time I went to rescue her. Although sometimes I catch her sitting really quietly by herself, just staring at nothing. It was a bit worrisome, but I think she'll be alright in time. We all will. You just left so suddenly, and it came as such a shock. We barely knew what had hit us. It has been ages. It's been ages, a long time, quite a while now. But we're still picking ourselves up. We'll get there as long as we have each other and we stick together. One thing, I decided to take up the Wonderbolt's offer of a place, or rather, Starfire decided for me. I don't know how it will work exactly, or that it's just going to be hard, but she reminded me of something that you always told her. That dreams are there for a reason, and if you don't chase them, well, then that makes you a pretty sad pony. It's funny how such a young filly can be so wise sometimes. She's so grown up now. It's a little sad, but at the same time, she's so beautiful. So I said yes, more for her than for me, because she's the thing that pushes me now. I can't let her down. Not like I just can't. She reminds me so much of you. I miss you. There's a break between the letters, so I'm gonna take this opportunity. I also read words that have been striped through, so like it's been written but cancelled later on. I also read those, so if it seems I'm stumbling at times, those are that kind of words, so in quite a few cases. Dear Twy, it's been a while. A lot's been happening recently, so I haven't had that much time to write. I've got so many things I want to tell you about, so many things you're missing. Starfire is still upset, of course, but she doesn't really cry anymore. She still misses her mom. I've been letting her just find her own way, but I don't really know if that's going to be the right thing to do. It's just that every time I try to go to her and comfort her, I can't find the right words. We always end up just hugging it for ages. If you were her, you'd know what to do. You'd know what to say. Then again, if you were her, you wouldn't need to say anything. Spike's taken over running the library for the moment, at least until some pony else takes the job. The whole thing has been really hard on the guy. He looked up to you like a big sister, and for you to just suddenly be gone has hit him hard. He's just been really quiet for most of the time, only talking if some pony talks to him. I hope he gets over it eventually, but it's hard to know. He's only a baby dragon after all. Fluttershy's practically become a recluse. She's even worse than Spike. She actually won't talk to any of us. She just hides away in a cottage and won't come out. I tried asking her some of her animals to get something out, but she won't even listen to them, which is kind of worrying. I really don't know what to do about her. She's one of my oldest friends, and it hurt that she won't even talk to me. I suppose the best thing to do is give her time, but I'm not really sure. I just don't know what to do about anything. I wish you were here, you know. Celestia apparently has been getting Luna to take her card sessions for her. The sun seemed a little bit less bright recently too. I guess things really are bad if the Princess of the Sun can't do her job properly. Not that I'm saying she can't. I know you loved her, almost like a mother. It's just that she's been around for years and years. You'd think that if any pony could handle something like this, it'd be her. I haven't really seen much of the girls recently, but I think they're mostly doing fine. Okay. They're getting it by anyway. It's hard for every pony. Life is supposed to go on, though. Life is supposed to go on, though. I almost wish it wouldn't, but I know eventually that I'm going to have to smile for every pony and pretend that I'm happy again. I don't know if that's even possible truly anymore. Oh, and the Wonderbolts finally offered me a place. I asked them if it was supposed to be out of sympathy or something, but Thorin just told me that they weren't that nice. I laughed a bit at that. The first time in ages I found something funny. I told him I'd think about it. I know I've still got it. I'm still the best, but there's other things on my mind now. I've got to think about Starfire and every pony else who needs me in Ponyville. I'm just not sure if it'd be the best thing right now. Well, that's something for the future anyway. Right now, I only need one thing. I only one thing. You, Twi. I miss you. Dear Twilight, the funeral was today. The weather ponies made sure there wasn't a cloud in sight, which was pretty cool of them. Although I kind of feel it should have been raining. It would have seemed right somehow. Why should we get a pretty sky if you're not there to enjoy it with us? I think all of Ponyville turned up, and a whole lot of ponies from Canterlot came even too. Even the princesses. They held the moon and the sun together in the sky through the whole thing, just for you. It was so beautiful. The second most perfect kind of Twilight. Celestia was pretty bad. She kept crying when she was trying to speak, and eventually she just had to step down. I did my best to keep a straight face when it was my turn, but it was so hard. So hard, Twi. I was supposed to know what to do, what to say, but I just didn't. Where was I supposed to start? What could I possibly say that could explain everything, every thought ever had of you, every emotion I felt for you, every memory we shared together? I stood up in front of the whole crowd and opened my mouth, but nothing came out. I just couldn't find the words to show you how much I loved you. So I told them the truth. I told them I loved you. And that's down. I sat down, that's it. Nothing more. I think they understood though. But I didn't cry then. No, it took our little Starfire to do that. She squeezed my hoof and got up, trotting in front of every pony to the beautiful memorial statue Luna created for you. She stopped, turned around and said, Twilight Sparkle is the best mom in Equestria. Not was. Is. She was so brave. Not a single tear, not then anyway. I couldn't help it though. Seeing her like that, so fragile yet so young, just pushed me over the edge. But when she walked back and hugged me without saying a word, I was so proud, Twi. So completely lost without you, but so proud. Almost every pony had something to say, memories to share. I don't think there was a single dry eye there. Everyone misses you, Twi. I miss you. Twilight, I saw the girls today. They're all pretty shook up. None of us expected this, not at all. How could we have? We weren't prepared to lose you, or any pony, I guess. We've known each other for so long now, but we're still so young. Too young. Fluttershy is especially bad. I don't think she stopped crying when she heard the news. The others were upset, though. We all are. It's like more than just losing a friend or a partner. It's like losing part of ourselves, losing part of our lives. A part we loved so much we couldn't explain if we tried. It's gone. The part that you had in it. Spike's completely devastated. He asked me whose number one assistant he's supposed to be now. I told him I didn't know. He was sitting staring out the window as I write this. Starfire is distraught too, of course. I'm most worried about her. I just don't know how I'm going to manage to bring her up like you would have wanted. I mean, what if she turns out like me? She needs some pony in her life who she can really relate to. I love her so much, but I was never that pony for her. I can encourage her and help her, but I can't be you, Twi. I ran away from my mother, and I can't imagine how it feels to have taken hers from her. And then there's me. I miss you. Twilight, I wish you'd never gone to that stupid place. They didn't even need you there that much. All that time you spent, all those ungrateful foes who never appreciated you, not the way I did. I do. And just look what happened. Some stupid cult decided it was a good idea to bust into a magic practice area in the middle of class. It's all his fault. You didn't have to try to save them. And why didn't you at least do something else? Like, just shield him or something. You were supposed to be the best. Surely you could have done it without... You could have thought of another way. I'd throw him in front of 1,000 fire spells if I could have you back. The little idiot didn't even get in trouble. He was just told to go home. Yeah, I get it. That was an accident, but that doesn't really matter now, does it? Nothing matters. It's just not fair. I didn't even get to see you before. It's just not fair. I want you back, Twilight. I miss you. I don't get it. How could this have happened? Why? Please write back. Please tell me this is all some weird joke. You're not really gone. I didn't really get there too late. You're just hiding out somewhere, waiting for me to fall for it, right? Why? Why? This isn't fair. Why did this have to happen? You didn't do anything to deserve this. I didn't do anything to deserve this, did I? You're the smartest, best, most powerful unicorn ever. Why couldn't you fix it? You've looked after me for so long, but you couldn't have looked after yourself? No, it's just not fair. I should have been there to help you. Why didn't you contact me with magic? I could have gotten there so much quicker. I flew as fast as I could, but it wasn't fast enough. They just told me I was too late when I got there. Just shook their heads and walked away, and it was just you and me. But you couldn't hug back. It's not fair. Please come back, Twi. I need you. I love you. I miss you. Twilight, what are you talking about? What happened? You know I love you too, of course I do. Nothing could ever change that. Why can't you come home? What's with all the one last time stuff? Are you hurt? That last letter really scared me, Twi. Don't play games about serious stuff like that. I don't think I could live without you. I need you with me. Even just these last 2 weeks have been horrible without you. I love you so much, it just hurts knowing you're somewhere I can see you or talk to you or hold you. I don't know what all this stuff about fixing what's happened was about, but if somebody hurt you, you can be darn sure I'm going to fix their face with my hoof. I'm coming over there right away. I don't really know why, but I wrote this reply, but it's done now. I guess I just delivered it to you myself. Ha! Put the mailman out of a job. Rainbow Dash's mail service, delivered before you know it and before you know you sent it. I really need to see you. It's been too long. I miss you. Dear Rainbow Dash, I'm sorry, Rainbow. I'm not going to be able to come back. Something has happened here. I want you to know that I love you very much. The time we've had together has been the best time of my life. And even though we didn't always see each other completely eye to eye, I don't regret a minute of it. If I had to live my life again, I would only make one change, and that would have been to have met you sooner. We accomplished so many things together, saw so much, and had a good time while we did it all. I know I meant as much as you do to me, and it's funny how right it felt for us to be together. Like, it was the most natural thing in Equestria. I truly believe that we were meant to love each other, Rainbow. And even if we weren't, we did a pretty good job of it anyway. You were the best thing that has ever happened to me, and if you ever managed to give me the most precious gift in the world, something no other man in Equestria could have given. When I took this job, I knew it would be tough. Being apart from the ones you love is never easy or fun. But I also knew it would be worth it, to know that you would always be there for me and to come back to. I never had to worry about that I would wake up alone, because you would always be right there with me in my heart. I might sound silly, but it's true. I smelled you every time I woke up. I saw you every time I turned a corner, heard your laugh in the wind, and felt your hooves around me every time I slept. You were there, even when you weren't. I know you're going to want to fix what's happened, but believe me when I say it's too late. It's not your fault, and there's nothing you could do to help. It's for the best that you're back home. It would have only hurt you more if you were here. I admit, I really do wish I could have seen you just one last time, helped you. That would have meant a lot to me. Please, take good care of Starfire. Remember, I love you forever. Goodbye, Rainbow Dash. Twilight. Hey Twy, when are you coming home? I miss you. And that was the story. So, I'm gonna call it quits for the live stream, and we're back in 11 minutes, I suppose.